Hey friends, don't mind me adjusting my stuff for a minute. All right. Good morning. Or maybe it's good evening where you are. Oh, hey. I'm in my new office space, so I am still playing with lighting. So it may not be everything that I want it to be, everything that I desire, but in my life, I'm always looking for the good enough. I'm always looking for the good. This feels good enough. Let me try one thing. All right. Well, that's where we're at today. Oh, hey, good morning, good evening. I'm so excited to see y'all here. I know I can't see you, but I see your lovely sharings in the chitty chat box. Hooray, good enough. What a gift it is to find the good enough. Oh my gosh. Seriously, that has been my mantra like this year is finding the good enough, meeting myself where I'm at, like big stuff. Camille, hey. Oh, I love this. So come on in, come on in. We're going to be working in our journal today. I recommend some coloring goodies. I've got watercolors and my markers and also magazines because y'all know I love the collage. Good morning. And as we're all coming in and getting settled in, I know I've sent some emails out. This is the final YouTube live. It is not the final intentional creativity workshop. You know, as many of you know, this is my 21st year of business. And I think what keeps a business going and thriving is staying connected to the pulse of my vision. And something that I've been really thinking about this year is what community means to me. And I've been a part of a lot of communities in my life, and they're usually really large, and I usually don't feel seen. It's the type of communities where if I didn't show up, no one would notice. And I've always made sure that in my teachings and in my container, I've kept things small and intimate. So it's a different experience for folks. And as I look at all of my offerings, what I'm doing with you all every month is one of my most favorite things. And I see where I have stretched myself too thin in a lot of places. And I don't want to stop doing the things that I love because I don't have the energy to show up and play full out. Like, if you know me, you know that when I go in with both feet. I don't half-ass much in life. And so if I'm not 100% committed, I'm not in. So I'm starting a Patreon and I'm putting my most favorite things in this container, in the Patreon container. And I want to go deeper. I want to be able to do these intentional creativity sessions and see you and see what you're creating and have conversations. Community to me isn't about the numbers, it's about the quality, it's about the depth, it's about the connection. And so I just want to let you know that I'm not stopping this because I don't want to, I'm just doing it in a different way. So I'm going to be launching my Patreon, which is going to have 3 different tiers with different offerings. And two of the tiers will include these intentional creativity sessions. So you get to decide if this is something that you want to continue doing with me. I'm going to continue doing it. So I'm going to launch my Patreon in about 2 weeks. And yeah, you're invited. You're invited to come and grow in a deeper way with me. And that's where I'm headed. And so I just wanted to let you know, I'm not big on disappearing and not, I want to be honest. I want to be transparent. That's who I be in the world. And so that's what's up moving forward. And all of our recorded sessions that we've done over a year and a half. Can you believe we've been doing this together for a year and a half? That's bananas. So all of those recordings will stay available on YouTube for you to access and do over again. And that's it. That's my big, hey, that's what's up, friends. So now let's move into today. I thought it was very relevant to do a theme of pruning. Pruning what's holding us back, pruning what's keeping us from our next level of growth. That's what we're focused on today. So I chose a card before this started. I chose from my Goddess Power Oracle deck, and I got Aphrodite. And I saw that it said romantic love, and I was like, look, this is not what I'm up to in my life right now. I'm focused on my business and my family and my farmstead. Romance is not in there. It's not one of the things I'm prioritizing in my life. And then I opened the book and I started reading. And this is what I want to share with you. Aphrodite invites you to fall in love with your life now. And then I was like, oh, I'm here I am, I'm listening. And choose to look for the essence and expression of love all around you. By doing so, love will increase tenfold, and you will see evidence of it everywhere you turn. Your alignment task is to stay present, release judgment, and see the treasure of what lies in front of you. You may discover something painful is actually a beautiful gift. Wow. So that is the card that I pulled today. But when I pulled this card, I put the rest of my cards back in the deck. And I got up and got some magazines and I sat down and this card was sitting here. Now, I'm not saying it magically appeared, but what I do think is that when I picked up the deck and put it in, this stayed and I didn't see it, which I think is wild. So I'm going to read from this card because I think we're supposed to have this card today too. So this is Great Goddess, Sacred Unity. Let's see. Now is the time to view your world through a reverent and clear lens of unity and connection, the domain of the Great Goddess, the creatrix of all life and the Great Mother of all. It's time to leave the right, wrong, good, bad world behind. Enter the space where you can find the sacred ground of sharing. Work from the desire that everyone benefits. Look at others as if they are also a reflection of yourself. Take a humble yet grounded approach to your life right now. Be accountable for the energy you put out into the world and be aware of how you influence your surroundings. Wow. Okay, I'm curious. Is anything from either of these two cards like touch you, ping you in any way? I'm just curious. What do you think? And you say so timely, both of them. Yes, for sure. I mean, I feel like let's see, be aware and responsible of how I influence on others. Yes. Yes, it's so interesting because I feel like this card is really where I'm at in my life right now, falling in love with my life, prioritizing myself and my vision. And then this feels like the direction I'm moving in, being very transparent with people and, wanting win-win energy for the both of us. I am just like, of course, these came to us today. Jen, you said learning to love my life and see the love around me is huge right now for me. Yeah, I mean, like this card literally was like, you cannot start without talking about me. And you said, I'm making physical space to allow in more love of my life. Yes. Yes. So I love these cards, period. But I love that they came up for us today in this pruning themed session. So let's get started. We're going to do some journal prompts. We're going to move some stuff. Let's move some stuff around, get curious. I'm still getting used to my new desk layout, so don't mind me over here finding pens and such. We're going to do 3 journal prompts. The first prompt is, what have I outgrown that I've been afraid to release? Oh, thank you, Anne. If I had a dime for every time he said thank you, we I would take all of us on a vacation. It definitely filled my mama heart. All right, let's finish up wherever you're at. I agree, friend. This all feels so timely for me as well. Second prompt is, what stories or roles am I ready to prune from my path? I'm going to spend one more minute here. All right, our final prompt. What wants to bloom in the space I reclaim? All right, let's see. I've somehow opened up the emoji list. Oh, thank goodness. I found how to make it go away. Um, I'm curious, has anything come through from the pruning that you were surprised around? I think for me, I was surprised how much people pleasing energy was still within me. I knew I had moved quite a bit of that these past few years, but I didn't realize how much I was still carrying, how much I like when the what stories or roles am I ready to prune, the role of needing to make everyone comfortable and for everything to be easy for everyone else. Like, wow, okay, I'm still doing that. I'm still doing that. And it's not about making myself wrong. It's about being aware that, like, ooh, I'm in that. Oh, Camille, yes. Yes. Yeah, interesting. That came up for the both of us. Um, so it's like, okay, that is taking up my energy. That is taking up my capacity. And it's keeping me from other things that are important to me. And that's really what this page is all about, identifying what's taking up that space. And are we really ready to move on? Like, it takes time, right? But are we ready to claim that it's time to start the moving? Jen, you said I'm reading to prune this story. Ready, sorry. You said it as I said it as soon as you typed it. I'm ready to prune the story that life has to be hard for me to be successful, and I'm ready to let ease and fun and joy in. Yes. Yeah, there's so many things like these rules, air quotes, these rules that a lot of us follow around life. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. That's actually not the case for me. Yeah. So awesome. So we're identifying like what's taking up that space. And then what wants to be in that space? Like what's really calling you in? Like, hey, pay attention to me. Mine is definitely my home space, my garden space, my apothecary space, all of these spaces I've been neglecting. And it makes my heart sad. Kelly said, a quick hit is that I put others first, even in my new season of life. It is hard to let go of the mothering role. I'm trying to find my new footing as a free spirit with no one to mother. Yes. Yes. It's like holding it, but not holding it so tightly. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Might have been after, I can't remember if you were there or not, Kelly. We talked about holding it loosely. And it's not easy. It's practice. Let's see, what came up for me is, can I prune my fear that is holding me back from moving into any direction? Ooh, yes. That's a big one because fear is like the ultimate anchor. Fear is the thing that keeps us in these roles and in these stories. So that's a really powerful inquiry of like, what does it even begin to look like to move through that energy of fear? Oh, Jean, letting go of it's my fault energy. Yes. Yes. So there's this like common theme, even though these words haven't been used, it's just what I'm feeling of like this sense of responsibility that we're holding for so many other things and people. And it really interferes with the energy that gets to go to ourselves. So let's choose a color intuitively, as always. Oh, my body just wants to take deep breaths right now. I'm like, whoo. And we're just going to move some color around. And so my invitation, as you're moving color around, is I would love if you would start thinking about specifics. And maybe you already have. Beautiful. But specific people, specific commitments, specific stories, specific things that are taking up space right now. And they necessarily don't have to just be the things you're interested in pruning. I'm thinking more of like, where does your energy go on a day-to-day basis? Work, creativity, health, other people. So all of the above. Just be thinking about when you go through your day, what are you holding? And I know it's a lot. I know. But let's just think about that. And I'm just going to move enough color until I feel it's good enough. Not trying to cover the page or cover anything. I'm just moving some of this energy because I can feel it just talking about all of this. I feel it in my chest. There's like a heaviness. It's almost like something sitting on my chest because it's uncomfortable just thinking about what I'm holding and like the idea of pruning it like once and for all. It's a lot. So I'm just acknowledging that I feel that, where I feel it in my body. And it's like, all right, let's move it. You and your time stories, Roberta. I had to. You set that joke up. Oh, I love you. You know I couldn't help myself. Oh, me. Okay, now, this is my idea. You're welcome if you are feeling a different way to represent all the things. By all means, follow your heart. I always advocate for that. I am envisioning like a wild garden. And while I love a wild garden, sometimes it's so thick and overgrown, there's no space for anything else. So I haven't decided. I think I'm either going to collage or paint a bunch of natural things. And each one is going to represent one of the things I hold on the daily. So whatever you choose, like if you want to do a sandy beach and there's a whole bunch of shells and they each represent the things you're holding, it doesn't matter. You pick what feels good. I'm going to go with the wild garden because if you haven't noticed, I like me a garden. And so if you want me to clarify anything, let me know. We're choosing something to represent all the things. So we are going to fill up our page. Anne said, we gave our fruit trees a serious summer cut pruning, so I understand the fear of cutting back kind of ruthlessly. Yes. And it's so scary anytime I have to prune anything in my yard. I'm always like, oh no. I do that with my grapevines. I get super nervous. And they grow back so beautifully. They're like, thank you. I needed that. And it's scary every year. So funny. Even though I know it's good for them, I still get scared. All right. Well, my hand instantly went for a magazine, so I guess that's where I'm starting. But you can paint, you can draw, don't feel the need to collage. You do whatever. Camille, you said, you mean we represent the things we want to prune or to keep? All of it. So right now we're creating wildness on our page and it's all the things. We're not pruning yet. We're going to put a representation of all the things that is taking up space in our life. Does that make sense? And however you want to show that is totally up to you. I'm going to do a bunch of flowers, like a wild garden. Yeah, you're welcome, friend. And so I'm thinking about, I'm not attached to like, this has to mean a certain something. I'm more attached to like, do I have a representation for each of the things? And maybe it might be supportive for you, any of you, to make a list first of the major things and to kind of come up with a number. I think I might actually do that. I might pause and just on a scrap sheet of paper, just jot down some of the things that are on my heart. Because, you know, sometimes my brain tries to do too many things at once. I'm going to make a list. Do it whatever way feels good for you. And so somewhere on the little picture, maybe write one word so that I'm going to put in the petals, mom, for motherhood. I carry what comes with motherhood. Then on this flower in the petals, I'm going to put work. That takes up energy. Pets. My pets take up energy. And, you know, I'm being called to write down the word fear. Like, okay, so it doesn't even just have to be tangible things. Apparently, it could be things that we're holding, like fear, because fear takes up space. So I'm just like, what are the things that I am carrying physically and mentally all the time? And so I'm sharing this because I'm witnessing myself do this, and maybe this might be you too. So I put motherhood on one, right? But then other things came like, well, Heath driving. Heath, I'm teaching my son how to drive, and he's also in driver's ed, and that's been an extra weight and anxiety and stress for me. So I'm noticing how because I opened this door, it's getting more specific. Bella's housing. My daughter is going through some housing things in Oregon in her university. So it's like holding that because that's a weighted stress for me too. So let's see how specific like we can get. And I think I'm still going to be in thought, but I'm going to go ahead and start gluing some of these on. See, as soon as I shifted out of thinking about it, one came right to me. Oh, yeah, that one. That's a big one. I'm just going to glue these really close together just to see what space is left. Realizing that I haven't even put anything down that I think about that I'd want to do. That was a realization of like, oh. And just notice how it feels in your body. I feel myself getting a little teary because it feels like a lot. Just recognizing, oh, I do carry a lot. Even though I know that logically, there's something about visually seeing it that really lands for me. How are you doing over there? What's coming up for you? How are you feeling in your body? All the things. A few more. Give me a thumbs up if you're doing okay. Well, like, okay. My list keeps getting longer as you mention things, and I think, oh yeah, that too, right? Right? That's the power of like getting it out of our minds and onto paper is it like reflects back and it's like, whoa, okay. Oh, Camille, I'm witnessing you, friend. I get it. I really, really do. And I'm glad you're putting it on the page. I really am. Jean, that emoji. I know. I'm like uncomfortable. Like I can feel the discomfort in my body and I kind of I don't want to finish. I'm sort of just like, okay, cool. I did enough. I showed the pictures. I'm done. And it's like, no, I am not done. This was just like step 3 of 5. We are not done, but be gentle. We get to be gentle with ourselves. And I laugh a lot because it's my therapy and my medicine. But yes, I am uncomfortable. I am tender. I just keep breathing through it. Like, wow. And a part of me is like, I know not everything is actually here. And as soon as I said that, one more thing came up. Okay. Here we go. It's interesting. Things that I felt like, oh, I have moved through. Nope. No, you have not. I've moved through some of it, but some still existent, clearly, because here I am gluing the shit on the page. I feel a weight on my shoulders and my chest is tight. Yes. So maybe you can pause. Those of us feeling it in our bodies. My arms are up right now. I'm stretching. I'm going to take some breaths and just, take good care of ourselves while we're doing this. And you say, are we holding on so tightly because we are afraid of what we will be like if we let go? I got heart palpitations as I wrote that. Yes, I think that is a huge part of it, Anne. I think that when I think of releasing some of this, I feel fear. I mean, instant fear. And then I ask myself, well, what am I afraid of? I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of judgment. I'm afraid of getting it wrong. Like, I can feel myself wanting to cry just saying those things out loud. And so that, like, I'm getting the goosey bumps right now. Me too, Camille. Like, I'm getting the goosebumps. Like, it's not that I don't know some of these things get to be released. It's exactly what you said, Anne. It's that fear of, but then what's the aftermath of that choice, right? Because there's always going to be something that we experience after making that choice. And so I think about the way that I feel carrying this. And I ask myself, am I willing to take a chance on what's on the other side of this? Can it feel as bad as this? And my inner knowing is like, no, honey, it doesn't feel this bad on the other side of letting go. It'll be uncomfortable. It'll be scary, but it's not going to feel like this weight. That's what comes up for me. It's like, I know if I want to be the person that I desire to be in my life, I got to let this go. And letting go is a practice. It's not a light switch. We don't just like go, oh, let it go. It's gone. Woohoo. Right? It's practice. But I think there's a point where we go, I'm not willing to go back. I'm making this choice. I'm standing in it. I'm claiming it. And I'm willing to feel the fear and the discomfort. Oh, I think on the other side, it will be even more beautiful. Still, it is scary. And I wonder if in reality, we are afraid of our own power. Yes. And it's funny you say that, because I said this yesterday in one of my coaching calls. I said, if we have the power to make ourselves bad and wrong, then we have the power to make ourselves good and right. It's how we're choosing to use our power. And maybe some of us have never chosen our power to benefit us. We've chosen our power to keep us back out of maybe some false sense of safety, right? So what would it look like to fully step into our power? That is scary for a lot of us. That is scary for a lot of us, because it will cause, I think some of us know that it will cause other people to not want to be in our lives. It will cause some people to treat us differently. And are we willing to pay that price? And I'd like to think if someone cannot be in space with me when I am fully in my power, are they really somebody I want to be in space with? Right? I want to be surrounded by people who are like, yes, step into your power. Like, yes. So I think that's a part of it for me, at least, is I know when I step fully into myself, I will lose people. I know that. And that's a price that I ask myself, am I willing to pay? And you said, like the 10 of Wands, put some of it down. Yes. Not all of this is meant for me to hold. Not all of each of yours is meant for you to hold. And we get to decide if we're ready to, say, okay, I've enough. I've done enough. It's time. Because if not now, then when? When? Are we going to come back in a year and do the same page? I mean, maybe for something else. but I don't want it to be for the same things, right? So just be with the discomfort. If you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're feeling yucky, then that means you're doing the work. So I see you. And maybe just next step is to read through some of them and decide, what are you holding that's actually not serving you, and you're not actually, like, you don't need to be holding it. You don't need to be holding it in the way that you're holding it. Maybe it could look differently. Maybe it could look differently. And so there's a variety of ways we can do this. What I'm doing first is I'm looking at all the space that's being taken up. And then there's like this chunk that's left for me. So I'm actually just going to take I'm going to do this because I just thought, okay. And I just thought of one more. I'm sure I could fill the whole page, really, if I spent more time with this. I don't think that would even be here. But for now, I'm going to find my good enough. So when I look at, this is what's taking up all my space. And then I've got this chunk right here. And so that's where I'm supposed to be writing books, painting paintings, and going for walks, nourishing myself, having connections I want to have, taking naps. And the thing is, it's not that I don't have the space, right? But the weight of this makes it almost impossible for me to even use this space in a positive way, right? Because I'm depleted. I'm just exhausted. So I can't even use the space that I do have in a way that I want to. Does that make sense? Even though we may have space, we're still not able to use it in the way we want because we are exhausted and stressed and in fear because of all of this. Does anybody else resonate with that? I'm curious. Kelly said, I'm the creator of my own path in this new season. I'm embracing the uncomfortable to be fully me. Yes. Exhausted from fighting myself. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. So the goal, because for me, this is, what am I going to call? I'm going to call this this is a term that a friend of mine and I use, bed rotting. Bed rot. I'm exhausted. I'm in bed. I am bed rotting, which means I am binging TV. I am playing a game on my phone. I am just knocked out. I can't even, I'm out. I'm out for the count. So I'm not actually doing the things I want to do. So in order to live the life I want to live, I got to prune some of this back. So my next invitation is, you can, if you painted, maybe you're going to tear it out of your page. Or if you collaged, maybe you could peel it back. If it's messy, it's okay. This isn't going in a gallery. It's our personal journals. But what are the ones that you're like, you know what? I know that I'm holding this way too tightly, and I actually can control loosening the grip. I actually don't need to be as tight with this as I am. So let's see what we do have control over. Some stuff we don't have control over. That is real life. But what do we have control over? So that's my next invitation. What do you have control over that you're holding way too tightly, that's taking up way too much space, that you can release, begin to release? So it's bananas how many I see already. And my page is getting torn and I don't care. I'm unattached. So that's one. That's two. That's three. Whoa, this is a big one that's going. It's four. Five. Wow. I'm astonished by how much I'm peeling off right now. This is some big feedback for me. Shut the front door. Look at how much space I've created in seconds that I know right away I'm holding shit way too tightly. I'm in control of this. Wow, that's some big feedback for me. Okay. Let's see. Y'all, this is bananas right now. This is bananas. I did not see this one coming. Oh my God. I want to cry just with this realization. I feel like this one's too big. Let me at least half it. Wow. Wow. Look what I have control over, y'all. I am shocked. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. I know. We can make a drinking game out of how many times I just said, wow. I'm so shocked. I didn't expect to peel that much off. I really didn't. What's it look like on your end? I need to know. I need to know immediately. Cathartic work. Yes, Kelly. I'm like shooketh right now. Wow. And I feel a little lighter. I feel a little lighter, recognizing how much I choose to hold on to that I don't have to. Oh my God, Sage. Okay, how are y'all doing? Tell me the things. Jen said, I drew coffee cups and coffee pots because I couldn't find anything I liked, and I purposely left space in between for the joy I want to create. That's beautiful. Shooketh. I am shooketh that once again, it's a Scooby-Doo series where they pull the mask back and I am the culprit in a lot. Oh, look, it's you. and look, it's not me on all the things. There's still things left over, right? It's not me going, oh, it's all your fault. It's not that. It's recognizing that I have made choices to hold on to things that are just not for me to hold on to, or to hold on so tightly that it exhausts me. Now, these are the things that, yes, I carry, I feel it, and look at what is open and available to me. Would I need to bed rot that much now? Probably not. Probably not. Maybe that much. And look at all of this space that is now created for whatever I want. All right. I would really love to hear, even if your experience is like totally opposite than mine, your experience is your experience. It is valid. I would just love to hear, like, what's coming through? Are you seeing things that it's like, oh shit, I actually hold on really tightly to this and I don't need to? So what I'm going to do next is I'm not getting rid of these. Normally in releasing stuff, I would burn it, throw it away, but I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to get rid of this right away. So, I'm going to use, let's see, let me pick one to use as an example. Okay. I'm going to use this as an example. I have spent so much time and energy holding space for this one tooth that I have that I need to make a decision on. I need to make a decision if I get a root canal or if I have it pulled. And it's very scary for me. It's scary. Like, I don't like going to the dentist. That scares me. Financially, it scares me. Like, there's so many scare pieces that I've been frozen and paralyzed in making a decision, but I think about it almost every day. And so what can I do to take this off my plate? I can make a damn decision. I can sit down and say, make a pro-con list. Ask a friend for support. Like, I can make a decision and move forward with it and get it off my plate. So it's stuff like this that unnecessarily takes up way too much space in my life. My son driving, that freaks my mind. And you know what? He's a super safe driver. He got a 92 on his exam in driver's ed. We're doing solo drives on the road together. He's doing all of this anxiety, I can start shifting into trust. Like, will it happen overnight? No. But what is worry going to do? It's going to make things worse. And I want to be grounded support in his life. So I'm seeing things where I'm just in unnecessary worry and where I can be more responsible about how I'm caring for myself to not allow myself to spiral out. Does this make sense? Do you understand the choosing of the pieces and how you begin to prune? Let's see. Mary Oliver, my heart is filled with what has been, and it's hard to let go because I don't know what's around the corner. Keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable. Yes. 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 I mean, I think in my work, one of the things is like, I want us to recognize what we are in control of. Because when fear sets in, we begin to feel helpless and out of control. And then we don't make moves, or we make moves that set us back. So I think it's very empowering to be responsible for what we're in control of. I think that's what helps us grow and moves us forward. It's not about shame or blame or guilt. It's none of that. It's going, oh, wow, I see where if I could move some of this energy, it actually benefits my life. And now look at filling this space, because I'm sure I don't need all that bed rot now. I get to fill all this space with all the things that delight my heart. Like, all of that space for my artwork, for my writing, for my gardening, for my family, for my friends. I've got all of this space now. Once I do the work to prune and release real time. Like, that's so empowering to me that I control that. There's this little island of shit right here, but that's okay. I don't know why, but I suddenly feel so angry. I mean, it's okay, friend. Like, you're feeling it. You're feeling the weight. You're feeling the movement. You're feeling the awareness. It might be a good time to like journal about where the anger is coming from and how can you, move it in a way that supports you. And I'm really proud of you for doing this work, not carrying the weight of it all, but being willing to feel that anger. So many people just don't want to feel bad. And so they don't acknowledge this stuff. And I see you acknowledging it. Camille, you've torn the whole page. I mean, I love it. I love it. Yes. That is it. And thank you so much for being here today. I love it. I love seeing your name. I love seeing your shares. I feel like I'm actually like leaning on my table. I feel so much lighter. I got a messy ass page, but that's okay. This work is messy. It's not supposed to be pretty. It is messy. And allow it to be messy because change is messy. Healing is messy. Releasing, pruning is messy. Let this be a reminder of how messy it is. How messy it is. We don't have to make everything look good, right? That's not real life. That is not real life. Let's see, Kelly said, instead of tearing the collage pieces, I am covering them in gesso and adding what I want to call in. Beautiful. Yes. I think I'm going to do like a big, like paint color. And it's going to remind me of how much space I'm capable of creating. And I'm going to keep all of these at my desk. And as I work through each one, I'm going to release it. Because I want this to be a reminder that unless I deal with this, I can't get this, right? If I want this space, I got to deal with this mess. And so I'm going to leave it on my desk where I get to look at it and I get to do something about it. Wow. Big work, y'all. That was some beautiful, big, messy ass confronting work. So, hey, if you want more of this monthly messy ass confronting work, please join me at my Patreon. That's a great ad. Oh, I have been completely I am so honored that I got to do this for a year and a half. And I know some of you have been here almost all the sessions. Some of you come when you can. Like, I really appreciate you holding and being a part of this space. It was a day every month that I always looked forward to. I never left one of these calls not feeling something beautiful from it. And my next step is to go deeper with this work, to go deeper in community, create something even better. So I'll send more info. If you're interested, fantastic. If not, I love you no matter what. And if you have any questions as I send information out, you can just email me. And that's it, my friends. Okay, so big work. Take good care of yourself. Maybe you got to go outside and move your body. Maybe you got to go outside and scream. Maybe you got to just take some deep breaths, get on the floor, do some child poses, like do something for yourself. Because this is big confronting stuff. And I'm really proud of you for stepping into it. This is life-changing things. I believe that wholeheartedly. So thank you for being here with me today. And I'll see you on the other side. There is another side, y'all. So let's meet each other there. All right. I love you lots. Yes. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. This feels so good. What a beautiful session. I really appreciate y'all. All right. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you on the other side.